Hey everybody, it's George Tromby. This is Japanese from Zero, and we're going to be continuing to go through Japanese from Zero book 4. We're going to be doing lesson 9, new words. Are you ready? Now remember, you don't have to have the book and you don't have to have the website, but it does help a lot to have one of them. So remember, you can go to fromzero.com. You can get access to all 5 courses, quizzes, games, study mode in English, study mode in Japanese. If you already know how to read all the kanji, you can have furigana in your lessons, and you can even hide the furigana and make it hover only. That's a really fun feature. Go check it out. Also, you can get the books on Amazon.com or other websites which you can access from fromzero.com/books. All right, let's get into it. Now today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to go back to the old days. I did not put sounds on these. I wanted to get the video out fast. And I realized, you know what? I didn't really like the sounds we used last time. The AI voice was a little bit shaky for me. And it takes a lot of time for people to record these sounds. So it's going to just be me today. All right, here we go. New words. First word is dareka. Dareka. Dareka means somebody. And you're going to see that this little blue thing here, this little ka thing, can be applied to all other question words. Right now we're adding ka to dare. Dareka means somebody, okay? But if we add it to nani, nanika, what do you think that means? If dareka means somebody, nanika means something. What about dokoka? Some of you got it. Somewhere. Now these words are bonus. They're not actually in the lesson, but let me add one more. Let's say somebody says, doreka. Like they said, doreka erande kudasai. What does that mean? Doreka means one of these. One of these, please choose one of these out of 3. Because if there was only 2, you would say, dochika. All right? Okay, this word here, seikaku. Seikaku means personality. Okay? You can be seikaku ga ii, good personality. Seikaku ga warui, bad personality, okay? And namida. When I first learned the word namida, I think I was 16, and I had just started listening to a lot of J-pop, and this word namida was in so many songs, like namida tomare, and like, where did namida go? And all of these things with namida, and I thought it was a boy. I thought there was this popular boy named Namida, and they're like, stop, don't go, Namida. And where did Namida go? And oh, Namida, you're everywhere. Like, I didn't know, but it means tears. Completely different from what I thought. Okay. There isn't even a boy name that's called Namida. And oyu. If you've ever been to a Japanese hot spring, an onsen, or a sento, a public bath, oyu will be written somewhere. It means hot water. You don't say atsui mizu. You say oyu. It's a word all to itself that means hot water. All right. Let's look at some example sentences. 今日は誰か休んでいますか? 今日は誰か休んでいますか? The verb 休む means to take a break. Here, 休んでいますか can be, is someone off? Are you off right now? 今休んでいますか? Are you taking a break right now? 休んでいますか? Or if we're in school, it could mean is someone absent. And that's what's happening here. This is a teacher that says this. And they're saying, 今日は誰か休んでいますか? Is anyone absent today? Now, you're going to hear me sometimes when I read these, when we have a te imasu form, you might hear me remove the e. So you might have heard me say, 今日は誰か休んでますか? And it would not have been incorrect. It's very common to drop the e in the te imasu forms, okay? So is anyone absent today? All right, next one. 何か食べるものはありますか? 何か食べるものはありますか? 何か means something. Now, 食べるもの might make you think. You're like, 食べるもの? I feel like I've heard something like that. But it wasn't 食べるもの. It was shorter. It was 食べ物. 食べ物 means food. 食べるもの also means food, but it's a little bit different. It means something to eat. A thing we can eat, okay? ありますか? Do you have any? What are we saying here? 何か食べるものはありますか? We could also say 食べ物何かありますか? Is there anything to eat? Is there something to eat? Okay. Now remember, I'm going to do this with the next one. I'm going to give you the next one. I want you to say it out loud what you think it means. Always say it out loud. I don't want to make you forget that. You have to say it out loud because I know you're not a liar, but you will trick yourself into thinking you knew the answer. So just close your door, whisper it if you have to, so that no one hears you and you're not embarrassed. But I want you to say it out loud. What does this mean? うちの犬は穏やかな性格です。うちの犬は穏やかな性格です。You might not know the word 穏やか. You just might not know it. Now, any word with this yaka sound at the end, I cannot think of any word that's a negative word. These yaka words, if you ever hear this yaka type sound, it's a good word. If I'm wrong, if someone could find a word that ends like that that's not positive, let me know in the comments. But I have not seen it. So if I heard this sentence and I didn't know what odayaka meant, I would just assume it's not a bad thing. Okay. So what does that mean though? Uchi no inu. What does uchi mean? We know that uchi means home. Home. Not, it could also mean house, but it can mean home. Ie is a house, but uchi is a home or a house. But here when you say uchi no, it means our. So uchi no inu wa, our dog, what about it? Odayaka na seikaku desu. Has a calm personality. So that's what odayaka meant. Now there's like hanayaka and shizuka. I feel like there's not a lot of words that end even in ka that are bad for some reason. But I will look in the comments and maybe you will teach me something that I don't know. All right. Let's look at number 4. Oyu o iremashita. I put in hot water. Ireru means to put in. Now, this alone would probably have more context. For example, cup ramen ni oyu o iremashita. I put hot water into the cup ramen. Or onabe ni oyu o iremashita. I put hot water into the pot. Or maybe ofuro ni oyu o iremashita. You know, Japanese people take baths. They take many, many more baths than showers, and they take them at night. So they might say, hey, I put hot water into the tub. Ofuro ni oyu o iremashita. I put in hot water. But there's also this one. Oyu o wakashite kudasai. Now, we don't know this verb yet. I don't think we do. You might, but what do you think that means? Oyu o wakashite kudasai. Wakasu. It's not in this current version of the book. This current version of the book, I don't know what version this is. It's the pre-2023 version, okay? This version of the book, with there's no version number on the back, doesn't have wakasu. But there is a new version of this eventually that we're working on right now that will come out. It has this word wakasu. It means to boil. So someone is saying, oyu o wakashite kudasai. Please boil some hot water. All right. Very sad example. Wakarete kara namida ga tomarimasen. Wakarete kara namida ga tomarimasen. Wakareru means to break up or to separate. Wakarete kara, since breaking up. Not, by the way, if it was wakareta kara. If you said wakareta kara, it would mean because we broke up. That's a very big difference. Wakarete kara means since breaking up. Make sure you don't make that mistake, okay? So since breaking up, namida ga tomarimasen. The tears won't stop. Since breaking up, the tears won't stop. Now, I gotta say, you know, in my life, I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. It's not like I have Riz or anything like that. But I've only been broken up on once. And then later, I got back with that girl and I broke up on her. Now, it wasn't just to, you know, spite her. I actually wanted to get back with her. I was very sad when she broke up, and really, I was crying a ton. Namida ga tomaranakatta desu. The tears wouldn't stop. Then I got back with her, and I think it was a few months later, and I was like, yeah, maybe we should break up. And then, she was crying. Sorry. Wasn't on purpose. I wasn't trying to win. All right, let's look at some adjectives. Kuyashi. 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 You're going to hear this a lot. I think it's got to be common in anime. It's a common thing to say when something doesn't go your way. Now, the translation, regrettable, frustrating, okay? It's really when something's happened It didn't go your way. You feel bad about it. You're frustrated. It's kuyashi. But you say this, like we don't do this in English. We don't go frustrating. We don't go regrettable. But they do in Japanese. They say, kuyashi. It's how you're explaining how you feel. It's a feeling of really being frustrated, okay? Kanashi. Kanashi. This means sad or sorrowful. Kanashi. Now this next one, you've probably all heard before. Hen. Hen. It means strange or odd. This is the hen in hentai. Strange. All right, the next word is kitanai. Kitanai. It means dirty or disgusting. So we could be talking about like your desk is got a bunch of like random like candy wrappers on there. That's kitanai. It's just dirty. There's a lot of what kitanai. Or it can be disgusting. Like, oh, you're looking at something very disgusting, or you've said something that's dirty, right? Kitanai. Okay, kitanai. Okashi. Okashi is an interesting word because it can mean a good thing and a bad thing. So okashi can mean funny, okashi, or strange. So for example, if I say, 彼はおかしいね。彼はおかしいです、本当に. He's really funny. おかしい. But if I say, いや、彼はおかしい. Now it means he's strange. There's something wrong with him. おかしい. 何かがおかしい. Something is strange. We can use that 何か right there. All right. Now, 悲しい means sad, and the opposite, the 反対語 for it is 嬉しい, happy. 悲しい, 嬉しい. What's the opposite of 汚い? Take a guess. 汚い means dirty. How do you say clean in Japanese? Now, you might not know, but you do know this word most likely. It's きれい. きれい. Soきれい means pretty, but it also means clean. If you say 彼はすごくきれいです, it could mean he's very pretty, but it most likely means he's very clean. 彼はきれいな人です. He is a clean person. この部屋はきれいです. This room is clean. Could also mean it's pretty, but it means clean in that case. All right? All right, next one. Let's look at some sentences using these words. バスケの試合に負けて悔しいです。バスケの試合に負けて悔しいです. What's basket? It means basketball. It's short for basketball. Japanese love to shorten it. So basket. バスケの試合に負ける means to lose the basketball game. So losing at the basketball game, that's the reason, and the result is 悔しいです. I'm frustrated. Okay? I'm frustrated because we lost the basketball game. I would say probably the basketball game. All right? Next one. 飼っていた鳥が死んで悲しいです。飼っていた鳥が死んで悲しいです. What does that mean? Now, if you weren't looking at the kanji and you just heard 飼っていた鳥が死んで, you might think it's the bird that we bought. 飼っていた, right? But 飼う, the verb 飼う with a different kanji is what means to buy. 飼う here means raise. So the animal that you're raising is the 飼っていた動物. So this is the 飼っていた鳥. The bird that I was raising, what happened to it? 死んで, it died, and when we have this te form, like we did up there with 負けて, now we have 死んで, it's a reason for something. My bird that I was raising died, and as a result, 悲しいです. I'm sad. The bird that I was raising died, so I'm sad. Okay? Now, let's take those sentences just for a second and go back. We could have said, バスケの試合に負けたから, and just meaning because I lost the basketball match, the game, 悔しいです. I'm frustrated. We could have said, 飼っていた鳥が死んだから, because my bird died, 悲しいです. But the same sentence can be done without the から if you use the te form like that. Okay? So バスケの試合に負けて悔しいです. 飼っていた鳥が死んで悲しいです. te form followed by the result, okay? All right. Next one. 変な時間に昼寝をしたから夜寝られませんでした. I know it looks a little bit weird. It looks like there's hirune, okay? It looks like there's hirune and yorune, but there's a space here, and there could have been a wa. So, 変な時間に昼寝をしたから because I took a nap at a strange time, 夜 in the evening, 寝られませんでした. I was unable to sleep. So it's not yorune, it's 夜は寝られませんでした, or 夜, pause, 寝られませんでした. That wa gets dropped a lot of times in Japanese. So 変な時間に昼寝をしたから夜寝, I did it. 夜寝られませんでした. Since I took a nap at an odd hour or at a strange hour, I wasn't able to sleep at night. All right. Here we go. Next one's a little bit difficult. Get out your notepad. You're going to learn something new. 朝からうちの犬の様子がおかしいです. 朝からうちの犬の様子がおかしいです. 朝から. What does that mean? Since the morning? うちの犬の様子. That word 様子. Okay? That's the way someone is acting, okay? So the way that our dog has been acting since the morning, おかしいです, is strange, okay? So my dog has been acting strange since this morning. So 様子がおかしい means there's something strange going on with a person, like the way that they're acting. It's about what a person is doing, how they're moving, okay? 机が汚いから仕事をするのが難しいです. 机が汚いから仕事をするのが難しいです. 机 desk 机が汚いから because my desk is dirty 仕事をするのが難しいです. It's difficult to work. All right, so now I've got these new words. We've learned a little bit of bonus grammar, and now we're going to look at some real life usage. And again, get out your notepad because there's going to be some words that you might not have seen before. Okay, so what I've done is I went to Twitter and I plugged in some of these words and I got some good examples, and we're going to go through them now. First one is this one. ほんまに耳の部分誰か知りませんか? ほんまに. Now, ほんまに is Kansai dialect. This person probably lives in the Osaka area. So it's like saying 本当に. 本当に. 耳の部分 means the ear portion. 部分 means part or portion. 耳の部分誰か somebody 知りませんか? Don't you know? Doesn't anyone know the ear part? So probably what happened was they lost the ear part of their AirPods. Or they found this on the ground, okay? All right. And by the way, if you ever want to look at the actual source where I got these, the exact wording is what's being used. I've only changed the names and the at marks, okay? The source is listed below. If you really want to plug that in, go ahead. All right, next one. 悔しい。本当に消えたいわ。上司の前で涙ボロボロ。もう無理です。でも上向かないと。悔しい。This person's having a bad day for sure. All right. So 悔しい. I'm so frustrated. 本当に消えたいわ. I really want to disappear. Okay. The wa is just a way of showing some emotion here. 消えたいわ. I want to disappear. Okay. 消える means to disappear. So something has happened so embarrassing, this person wants to disappear. 上司の前で in front of my boss. 上司 means my superior. 上司の前で涙 tears. ボロボロ. Boro boro is the onomatopoeia. It's the sound of tears just flowing out of your eyes. Just like bawling, okay? Namida boro boro means bawling, okay? So I was bawling in front of my boss. Now, boro boro can also mean something that's in disrepair. Something like take this box, right? It's like, it's not in pristine condition. It's amo boro boro, like it's ripped up a little bit. You know, if it was made out of metal, it's rusted. This box could be boro boro. A car can be boro boro, like the tires are flat, the windows are broken, the engine barely works. It's just messed up. But here it's namida boro boro is the bawling of tears, okay? Mo muri desu. Now, a direct translation would be mo muri means it's already impossible. But really what it means is I can't handle it anymore. Is it mo muri desu? I'm done. I can't handle it anymore. Demo, but uamukanai to. Uamuku means to like improve, right? Or to look up. I'm not sure exactly which one they meant there, but I think it means look up. But it could mean improve. Maybe they made a big mistake. They got pulled into the office. Their boss was yelling at them, and they start crying. And the end result is kuyashi. I'm so frustrated with myself. Okay. All right. Now this next one, I need your help on because I'm not an anime watcher, especially stuff like One Piece and Naruto. I don't watch those type of anime at all. So I want to know what this character is really, what's really happening with this character. Please let me know. So, Naruto no Sakura ga kaigai de funinki na no ga anime o mikai shite skoshi wakatta. W. W means laugh, like an LOL. So, Naruto no Sakura ga kaigai de funinki na no ga, Naruto's Sakura being unpopular overseas. Kaigai means overseas. Funinki means unpopular. What about it? Anime o mikai shite, watching the anime again. Skoshi wakatta. I understood a little bit. LOL. So he understood a little bit why Sakura is not so popular overseas. Now, I don't know if this means that Sakura is popular in Japan, but apparently she doesn't do well in the overseas audiences. Here's the reason. Sakura wa ura Sakura ga inakute mo tachimawari ga seikaku warui n da na. W. Again, another laugh. W is from warai, warau, to laugh. So Sakura wa, we're talking about Sakura. What about her? Ura Sakura ga inakute mo, even without Ura Sakura. Now, I don't know what Ura Sakura means. I thought it was the name of a character, meaning the behind the scene Sakura. Like maybe she had a doppelganger that was like a shadow, and that shadow was evil, and that made her a bad character. And he's saying, even without that bad character, right? That's what I thought. But I couldn't find any reference in Japanese to something called Ura Sakura. It just might mean the backstory of Sakura or the things that she does behind the scenes. Even without all of that, tachimawari means the way that she handles herself. Ga seikaku warui n da na. It's a bad personality, the way that she handles herself. Okay, seikaku warui n da na. Bad personality, the way that she handles herself. Now, I got to tell you, this sentence, I called my wife in. I was like, what is up with this sentence? Like, how can the way that you handle yourself have a bad personality? It didn't make a lot of sense, but basically this is just like a shortened version of a sentence. It's probably not a sentence that would be good in a textbook, but this is the type of sentence you're going to get in the real world. So you'll have to just kind of guess what it means. My guess that this sentence means Sakura, even without all of the bad stuff that we know about her behind the scenes, the way that she handles herself shows that her personality is bad. But please tell me what this Ura Sakura means if you know. I just don't know enough about it. All right, now I want to do, to end it on a little bit of a light note, we're going to talk about some of my favorite comments this week. For all of the videos that we released, there's some decently fun comments. Here we go. First one is from Tash. He says, training PA. PA means pitch accent. Training pitch accent towards the beginning allows you to train your ear and get even more benefit out of all your immersion. When you train it late, you have to correct lots of bad habits. If you plan on learning pitch accent at all, I think it's better to start early to train your ear to hear the patterns. I would agree. If you are planning on doing pitch accent, learn a little bit in the beginning. I think that's a very balanced, fair comment to say. I don't think I would put pitch accent right away on people. I think it leads to people overdoing it. I think it leads to people trying to be perfect in Japanese, and really that slows down the acquiring of Japanese words, Japanese grammar, Japanese way of speaking. I think a lot of times you're going to get pitch accent naturally from repeating and hearing a lot of input on the language, okay? But hey, to each his own. If you want to go down the pitch accent route, there's a lot of great resources out there. I myself will probably eventually learn pitch accent properly one of these days. Maybe, we'll see. All right, next one. DDB says, in Australia, sometimes price tags are stapled to clothing. Now, you might not know what the heck that means, but I made a video where I talked about Chinese Hanzi versus Japanese kanji. Chinese Hanzi is the way that the Chinese write the characters, And the Chinese characters that the Japanese use is written a little bit of a different way because the Chinese have simplified the characters in mainland China. And there was a big debate on that. And I had said in the beginning of the video, hey, when I went to Sam's Club in China, they had fish with tags stapled to their fins. And I thought that was really interesting. It's very weird for us. But I got a lot of hate on that. The Chinese people think I'm a horrible human being and I shouldn't have any opinion on China because I'm white. Yeah, very racist. But I thought it was funny that he's saying it's horrific that price tags are stapled to clothing. It is. It's pretty dumb. George, when are you going to visit Australia? I have no plans to visit Australia. If you do, you can say you visited your third Chinese city, Melbourne. Wow. I did not know there were a ton of Chinese people in Melbourne, but thank you. This next comment is probably my favorite comment ever. Paolo Henrique says, good. Good. Yeah, thanks. And final one. Foul Boy says, I love that you call them paps. This is a word that I've come up with, pitch accent people. If you are a pitch accent person, you are a pap. Not meant to be derogatory, but it seems that now we have a way to, maybe we are the anti-paps and you are the paps, okay? There's also partial paps, I guess. Anyway, I'm from Scotland, and that's a slang for something that I'm not going to include in my comment. I can only guess what that means. Someone will tell me in the comments. All right, guys, remember, if you go to FromZero.com, we actually have more than 5 courses. I think there's actually 9 courses if you count some of the ones that I've started with Hitokoto and Japanese Daily. I've been taking videos from the old times and making little lessons out of them into courses themselves. Also, on FromZero.com, this is where we'll start putting up new content for Japanese from Zero, Book 6, which isn't a thing, but it will be first on FromZero.com. And when you join FromZero.com, you do have access to the first lessons of every course. I believe all the first 5 courses, at least in Japanese. And we have these cool features that aren't available, that I haven't seen anywhere else. Study mode, which hides all the Japanese. In English study mode, we can also hide all of the English. And you can go through it and hover to get what you think it means. It gives you a lot of ability to practice to see if you understand things. We also have a way to hide furigana and hover over to see furigana. All of the writing modes are there. There's a lot of fun things you can do on there. So you know what? It's free to check it out. Please go up and check it out. And if you were a member of YesJapan.com, check your email or click on the link on the top of the site that's currently there right now that says Yes Japan members. Go here and you'll get a special discount. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.